OceanGate's Titan submarine started its journey from St. John's Port, Canada. It was planned to be dived inside the ocean at the commodity location, which is 700 kilometers away from its starting point in the North Atlantic Ocean. In these depths lies the legendary shipwreck of Titanic, resting beneath the frigid waters. This journey was started on Saturday, June 17, 2023, and according to the plan, Titan was to be launched on the next day, Sunday at 8 a.m. However, there was an issue noticed with Submarine before the dive, but despite that it was put into the ocean by risking its life. What was that issue, and why was this risk taken even after knowing it? Get ready for an incredible story about the OceanGate's Titan submarine and its fateful journey to the Titanic shipwreck. So let's dive right in. A total of 5 people were present in this trip, in which Hamish Harding, chairman of Action Aviation, was also present. He also traveled to space with Jeff Bezos. At number 2 is Stockton Rush, who is also the CEO of OceanGate. This American company provides crewed submersibles for sea tourism. On the 3rd number was 77-year-old Paul Henry, who had visited Titanic before. He was an expert in shipwreck and had a lot of knowledge about the scattered parts of Titanic, and in the end Pakistani business tycoon Shahjada Dawood was a part of this submarine along with his son Suleiman. Before they began their underwater journey, Hamish Harding shared his last post on the internet on June 17. He said that his dive got delayed due to the extreme cold weather, but tomorrow morning, they were determined to go ahead as soon as the weather cleared up. These 5 enthusiasts were about to fulfill their hobby of exploring the Titanic wreckage, a dream shared by millions of people worldwide. Now let's talk about the Titanic. After it tragic sank in 1912, numerous expeditions were organized over the years to locate its resting place. But this task was not so easy due to the harsh conditions of the Atlantic Ocean. Then in 1985, the wreckage of the RMS Titanic was finally found on the ocean's floor. Canadian filmmaker James Cameron made dozens of tours of the Titanic wreck in 1995 and then released the film Titanic in 1997. The Titanic's captivating story fascinated the world. It created such an impact that now it has become the dream of millions of people to see the wreckage of Titanic themselves. This work is no longer limited only for the purpose of research, but tourists have also started visiting the shipwreck site. It is said that going deep into the ocean is more difficult than going into space, and the biggest reason for this is the pressure of the water. The wreckage of the Titanic ship is 4,000 meters below the surface of the ocean, roughly 5 times deeper than the height of the Burj Khalifa. The water pressure at this depth is 5,800 psi. To put it into perspective, it's like an entire elephant standing on just a tiny square inch of your body. That's how intense pressure is. So you can imagine the challenges faced by the Titan submarine. Well, on Sunday, June 18th, the journey of the submarine started at 12 noon. Normally, it would take about 2 hours to reach the Titanic, but after just 1 hour and 45 minutes, the mothership Polar Prince, waiting above, lost contact with the submarine. If it took 2 hours to reach the Titanic, the connection was lost 15 minutes earlier, which means the submarine must have been very close to the Titanic. It is impossible for sunlight to reach such depths of the ocean, and it is extremely dark here all the time. It is normal for the wireless signal to break at such a depth. Earlier, this matter was not taken very seriously. This whole journey was of 7 hours in total. They were to return between 12 p.m. to 7 p.m., but when there was no contact with Titan even till 7 p.m., and the submarine failed to return, the crew on the mothership is becoming more nervous. The Canadian research vessel Polar Prince quickly initiated a search for Titan. At 9:40 p.m., they contacted the U.S. Coast Guard and asked for help. The next day on Monday, U.S. and Canadian ships and planes started a proper search operation in the entire area. They continued their search not only on the surface of the ocean but also underwater with the help of sonar scanning. This search continued for the next 2 days, but no trace of Titan could be found. However, there was a glimmer of hope on Wednesday, June 21st, at 6 a.m. The search team detected mysterious noises from the depths of the water, with the help of high-tech underwater radar. Immediately they sent remotely operated vehicles towards the sound. But this time, there was still no news of Titan. The fear of losing Titan forever increasing because the submarine's oxygen supply was only available for 96 hours, approximately 4 days, and 3 of those 4 days had already passed. But the search teams from the United States, Canada, and France did not give up. Then, on Thursday, June 22nd, at 12 p.m., the ROVs was sent to the wreck of the Titanic. The ROVs reached the Titan wreckage and made a heartbreaking discovery. At 3:48 p.m., the ROVs spotted a portion of Titan's hull lying just 1,600 feet away from the Titanic.
An ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor.
This means that the submarine could not tolerate the pressure of the water and imploded into the depths of the sea. The one who had gone to see the wreckage of Titanic, now its wreckage itself has become headlines all over the world. This devastating news shocked the world, raising concerns about the safety of OceanGate's operation. OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, who himself lost his life in the incident, said in 2021 that he knew he had broken some rules when building the Titan, because they made the Titan not out of steel but instead they opted aviation-grade carbon fiber.
And, I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
But he wanted to do some new innovations in this industry. Only then carbon fiber was used in place of steel. The Titan was also tested at a pressure of 5,000 to 10,000 psi before its first launch, which it passed. But experts believe that there are thousands of forces fall on the submarine inside the ocean, including not only pressure but also the flow of water, which is generated due to waves. Apart from this, due to the darkness, it is also possible that some heavy stone may have collided with the submarine. In any case, one of the reasons for the Titan's disaster was its carbon fiber hull. But the second reason was the cracks already present in it. In 2019, a businessman named Carl Stanley was also taken on Titan submarine, and at that time also he was being operated by the CEO of OceanGate. Carl told that during that journey, when he was going down, he heard the sound of one of the Titan's body cracking. At that time, he did not pay much attention to this noise because he had complete trust in the CEO of OceanGate, who designed this submarine himself. But after this incident, he told CNN that perhaps that sound was a warning that Titan's body was not able to tolerate the pressure of water.
And at one point, I was actually even able to drive the submarine towards deeper water by the sound of the cracking getting louder.
If this is true, then there is no doubt that cracks had already started appearing in Titan's body. In 2018, an OceanGate executive spoke out against the Titan's carbon fiber body. He had said that this issue would be known only a few milliseconds before the explosion of the submarine, and in reality the same thing happened. Titan exploded at the depth of the ocean. Experts say that it would have taken only 0.3 seconds to explode. It's a heartbreaking story that reminds us of the dangers and secrets that hide under oceans. The loss of Titan highlights the difficulties that people exploring into the unknown encounter. We can only hope that useful lessons will be learned from this disaster to protect the safety of future underwater journeys. Stay tuned for more updates, and remember that the depths of the ocean contain both wonder and danger, so let's continue to explore with caution and respect. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and until next time, stay curious and keep discovering.